Hello, my fellow weirdos. I don't really have like a specific intro to videos yet, but what the heck ever. As you can see, I'm in my flamboyant AF vest, and I got my little Baphomet necklace on because this video is a big old FU to conservatives, right-wing evangelicals, and generally people who hate those who aren't like them. Ignorant, arrogant, I'm gonna try not to swear in this video, but I'm not going to skirt around any dislikes and straight up hates I have for the right wing, the right in general, any and all who hate, attack, verbally, physically, assault in countless ways, and too many freaking cases straight up kill people who are LGBTQ+. I don't have specific stats. I don't have any fancy website links for you, because I don't have the know-how to put that prep work into my video. I'm not good at links, but if anyone's seeing this, all freaking 5 of you, knows of any links to any articles online or information websites about queer people, our rights, and how the right hates us for daring to be different. In this country, and too much of this goddamn world, if you are not, if you live in a country where religious people have power, or people in power are religious, and those people in power who are religious and have power are conservative and ignorant and bigoted, doesn't matter what faith they are. I'm only using Christianity right-wingers because they're the most infamous case in this broken country, or stupid America. Whether it be Muslims or in more recent times, I have limited experience with Jewish people, Abrahamic, Old Testament. I don't know the specific terms. I'm sorry if I said the wrong thing, or if there's a Jewish person watching and I didn't mean to take you off. But Israel, I don't massacre in Gaza, and for the record, for every one of you out there, I stand with Palestine. Genocide is wrong, no matter how you look at it. And now in this country, and probably for a good long while now, our country has neo-Nazis, straight up Nazis, KKK members. I'm not going to dare say the full thing, but if you know, you know. This country has a broken as hell history. Started with Columbus, officially. The Vikings before them didn't really set up anything permanent in America, as far as people know. But they were better to the natives than Columbus was, starting with Columbus and the whole wave of Europeans after that. With the butchering, seizing land, enslavement, and genocide of the natives. and then everyone else who lived on that entire country and continent of it. And in South America too, European colonizers and conquistadors and numero else things, people, where if they ain't Christian and they're not European, they're a bunch of ignorant savages. We need to wipe them all out and forcefully convert them. Yeah, this video has gotten off track a bit, but right-wing people who hate those who are different didn't start here in America. We've become the most famous case these past, ever since slavery was a thing here. But we aren't the first, and we really won't be the last. We're just the most infamous for too many Americans hating those who are different. When I was growing up, when I was younger, two family friends were an older gay couple, and I was fine with it. I've never, as far as I know, been hateful towards people. I'm only hateful towards people who are hateful, which is, I don't know. But long story short, my adopted father was raised Catholic, and the old school Catholic, not so sort of new school accepting Catholic. He was all like, "Oh, you shouldn't have children around gay people." Like, they didn't do nothing. 99% of the 99% of the world population, queer people, everyone, as far as I know, we're not going to destroy you. We don't want to indoctrinate anyone. That's the religious part. Countless centuries of Christians, before the Christians, Romans, and people before the Romans, forcing themselves into an area, suppressing and oppressing local people, wiping them out and forcing them out. There's multiple cases in the Bible. I'm not a Bible expert. I've never even really read the Bible, honestly, where the Christians loving God sends his chosen people into an area that's been lived in for centuries and multiple millennia, and say, "This is your land now. Wipe them out. Take everything." Christians, well, too many Christians in this world are hateful and ignorant. Now, I'm not saying that every Christian is a hateful individual. I've had some friends, maybe still do have some friends, who are believing Christians and not hateful individuals. I've never hated a hateful person in my life, but what I do hate and what I do not tolerate is people who have been so damaged and manipulated by their faith that they will disagree with, not want to be around, straight up attack and murder, commit actual freaking crimes against those who are LGBTQ+, or African American, or anyone who isn't a cis, straight, white Christian male. Schenectady, where I live, upstate New York, is largely queer friendly, but there's a couple churches that aren't. I don't want to dox myself, but one church I made the mistake of visiting a few times. I should have seen the warning signs. I only ever attended one church service. I wasn't ever fully committed, despite tiny bit here and there. The only church Sunday whatever service I ever went to, every woman. every female of any age was in some sort of dress, no pants, no relaxed, casual outfits. And the last time I was there was for a weird prayer meeting thing. And I won't give out the names of anyone, even though I probably frickin' should, but I don't spread hate, even to those who deserve hate. She was praying to the God person thing. She basically said, teach women and let women be submissive in marriages and relationships. I'm no relationship expert by any means. I've never been married. I don't know if I'll ever be married, but that kind of indoctrination and I don't even know, to make a full-grown woman say that, to make a person of any age say, let me be, and let others be submissive in their marriages and relationships, and let the man patriarchy rule over me, that's not right. Never was, never is, never will be right. No person, no human should have dominance outside of certain areas between consenting adults. Direct dominance over another human being, or even animals. It's not fucking right. But our society, this modern, advanced society, has become so messed up. It takes a lot to break it, but indoctrination. And they're raising kids. The right loves to say and loves to believe that every single queer person, drag queens, trans women, trans men, non-binary folks, anyone who dresses or does this is after the kids. They want to touch the kids. As far as I know, and I've never been to a drag story hour. I've been to two drag events. Those were LGBTQ plus bars and clubs in Albany. But there's no kids at adult 18 plus queer events. You can't even stay in a lot of bars unless you're over 21. And drag story hour, that's just nice people reviewing the kids, teaching them that it's okay to not be just straight white and Christian. There's nothing wrong with not being a Christian. The Christian faith is 2,000 years old. Getting me off track. This is what happens when you don't play videos or you don't edit them. It's just But I've been silent for too long and with too many people. I've had people who I thought were friends, but were are hateful individuals before I was out and realized I was queer. I once knew a man who was probably still hateful and bigoted, even though he's not Christian. There are hateful people on the right who never even thought about being Christian. They're just buying into too many conspiracy theories, too much hate and negativity. I just believe in love, freedom of love, freedom of expression. Be who you want to be. Do what you want to do. As long as you're not hurting yourself, hurting someone else, doing illegal things to property or in general. Be who you want to be with, as long as you're not over 18 and the person is under 18, 18 plus, and under 18, no interaction, if you relationship-wise, even friend-wise in some cases. You don't do any of that stuff, and you do what the fuck you want in your goddamn life and who you want, as long as the other people are consenting and willing to do it. Don't violate other people's comfort zones willingly and then never apologize afterwards. Kindness and consideration are key in every situation in life almost. And it's just getting lengthy. Oh, it's nearly 16 minutes, but I'll keep going. The Lord and Savior, they're Christians, they're hateful Christians, say to follow and have a relationship with. They're he's famous for saying, even though I don't know if he said it, but love thy neighbor as thyself. Let he who is not sin cast the first stone. And all throughout the Bible, he spends time with the poor, the downtrodden, the sickly, homeless, injured people. He helps them. He heals them. When's the last time, outside of maybe city missions and soup kitchens, those are like set places, how many times in this country do like a majority or even minority of right-wing evangelical hateful Christians go out in the community, assist or offer assistance to people who aren't Christian, like Jesus did? He broke bread with Jew and Gentile. When's the last time any of you frickin' so-called loving Christians broke bread with, spent time with so-called sinners, and anyone who wasn't a Christian you weren't trying to convert or scare them about hell? You don't do that. You go around telling, oh, follow my God or you're gonna go to hell. Or, Jesus loves you, or hate the sin, not the sinner. Well, I have a counter argument. Hate the faith, not the faithful. Any deity who's actually worthy of worship, who's benevolent and kind and loving, wouldn't demand to be worshipped, wouldn't send people to the worst possible torment for eternity for not believing in them or not worshiping them. That's not. And I know the right-wingers are going to argue, but free will, or you don't understand God, you don't have a relationship with Him. If it's the loving, caring Jesus that the Bible's supposed to have, I'll be like, hey, what's up? But the hateful, bigoted, modern, evangelical white relinquish God that so many have made Him into a vengeful God who killed almost everyone on earth because they were wicked. How, like every person on earth during the Great Flood, except Noah and his immediate family, were sinful, murderous, rageful. How is a newborn infant a hateful, rageful, murdering individual? How is a ancient, decrepit old person who can't move by themselves, how are they killing and raping and pillaging? Sorry for the R word. Sorry, YouTube. That slipped out. But how are they doing all that when they're fresh out of the freaking womb or so old they can't move? Like, that doesn't. Children, young children, young teenagers. who are reliant on the outside world and their parents to influence them. How were they? All these sinful things. Kids aren't generally mean unless something bad happens to them or they're raised to be mean. People aren't born racist or sexist or homophobic or transphobic. They're not. They're raised to be that way. They're indoctrinated. I've ranted long enough in this video. And to all right-wing bigots out there who worship a loving God, praise gay Satan.